Are you ready to find peace in your heart? Of course you do. I'm Coach Easy, and welcome to the Its EaZy show. As an empowered empath, empowering mindsets, and confidence through adversity, I will help you connect and conquer. Listen in as we talk real about serious concerns in the world and learn how by working together we can make life amazing. You are the ultimate number one in your life, and that's why you can be whoever you want and do whatever you want without worrying what anyone else thinks. Why? Because it's easy with me, Coach Easy. I believe there is a path to an easier way, and having God in your life is the key. On this show, laughter is a promise, and music is the spiritual language. Because it's easy. Starts now. Well, welcome forward. How are you guys doing? Coach Easy on the Its EaZy show with Transformation Radio, Talk Radio. I've been gone a couple of weeks. Hope everybody enjoyed their 4th. I didn't really do much. I don't know if that's because I'm old or if it was just because it was such a long weekend and I'm not much of a drinker, and fireworks kind of freak me out a little bit, especially when they go off like the whole month before. Anyway, I hope everybody had a good 4th. I don't know how many people have kind of come into this lifetime. I know it took some of us longer than others. Maybe some of us still ain't there yet. They call it the Great Awakening, of course. I know some people look at that as a negative. But it's truly more of a spiritual thing. It's not. It's used maybe to be on one side or the other, but it really comes down to just, I think, believe it or not, God implemented himself into our society that needs a lot of work. I won't get all biblical with, I know there's a lot of people hating Christianity for some reason these days, and I think it's silly, but it all comes down to what your belief is. I don't believe in religion so much as I do just, faith in God, really. That's where I lay it at. I don't get caught up in all the different religions. But I know that I experienced something that was I'm still experiencing it. It's a real thing, and that's what I was trying to explain to a buddy of mine who doesn't know what it is. Like, he doesn't believe it, almost like he thinks it's just another excuse, blah blah blah, And I wish I understood it. Until now, what I had assumed happened was I was not affected, but the Holy Spirit came into me back 20, right after my mom died. So then I guess my mom passed away later. And then that's when I felt this overwhelming feeling of closeness to him. Like I was in a different reality all of a sudden, like out of nowhere. I didn't even feel like I knew where I was almost, And that's how a lot of people feel. And I don't think some people that don't know what we're talking about, they just haven't felt it. And I don't know for what reason, why you're picked and why you're not picked, or maybe you will be picked eventually. I don't know. But it's a real thing. I just want people to understand that this Great Awakening thing isn't just about waking up to what we think is bad in the country. It's waking up to a whole different reality. It's like, to be honest with you, it's a really good feeling though. But it also can be a little bit overwhelming because I think it just means we're getting closer to God. And for maybe some that don't believe in God or don't believe in Jesus or whatever, maybe you're not feeling it. I don't know the reason. If I did, I would explain it all to you. But I just want people to understand that it's a real thing. There's really a different feeling in our spirit. Like I have a trouble even understanding it, let alone trying to explain it. But I don't want people to think it's bullshit or whatever. So, but my point is so many people are starting to come to that. I think there was a lot of people. There was only a few. There wasn't that many at first. People are waking up more and more. And we have a lot of problems. I don't know if anybody realizes that, but I've always been a person that wants to. I've always been the try to break up a fight or try to bring two friends together to make up. I've always been a peacemaker. That's what I was looking for. And being the peacemaker takes a lot of courage a little bit too, because you're gonna piss somebody off. But with this Holy Spirit or whatever it is I've got in me, I've got this whole new outlook and this whole new courage, but also love. I've always loved, but I ain't got this much love, man. I get love. I mean, I just love people. I like to look for the best in everybody. And I think more and more people want to do that too, because there's so much hate in this country. It's just I don't even know I don't know what's going on. And I know people get mad if I even say that because they're so hateful, because nobody wants to be hateful, right? I wouldn't think so. I know we got a lot of subjects going on, and a lot of it has to do with politics, but it's really not politics anymore. This has come down to just a complete, I think, something going on. People are just really hateful because we've always had politics in our life, and nobody's really been so hateful towards each other. And I don't even think it's hate for some of us. I think it's more of just irritated and annoyed with this whole thing. And I don't care who you like or you don't like. Stop hating. I'm just going to be blunt. Don't hate people or individual groups. Love your country. I don't think that's mentioned enough. We live in the best country in the entire world, whether you like it or not, or believe it or not. But our country's going to shit. And it scares me for my daughter and all kids' future. So here I am trying to be a peacemaker again. And I'm triggered. I'm triggered by, I was like this in high school. If a bully was picking on the nerd in school, I would always have to stick up for him because he's helpless. And social media has made this so much worse. I don't know I don't think it would be this bad without social media. But then again, I don't think it would be so divided if we didn't have social media. Because social media has caused a lot of people to be able to speak their voice, including myself. And some agree with me and some don't. But all I know is I've always got the best interest of people, all people in my heart. It hasn't got nothing to do with my politics. It don't have nothing to do with people. It has to do with all of us as one, if that makes any sense. I think there's a chance, but we all have to do it together, of everybody coming together. All I know is we're not doing very much. We're not doing a very good job of trying. I say this all the time with dating because I'm single. Now I'm really makes people mad here. I feel like women lack effort. They expect the man to chase them, or they expect the man to show their interest, and then the man's kind of stuck like, okay, does she like me? Does she not like me? Well, if she's not really being very talkative, she probably don't like me. And I might be wrong, but that's kind of where my experience is. But I feel like people are just, it's so much easier to hate. So that's what people do. They 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 are mean to people. They disagree with people, even if they don't know the facts. They just do it because they hate certain people or they hate a certain group of people. And that's so wrong. Think about for anybody you guys believe in God, or I mean, believe in whatever God you, I don't believe other gods this way either. But Jesus, or our God, he just wants us to love and respect him. I don't think he wants us to expect us to be perfect by any means. And I know that like I said, I don't push religion, but there's a lot of truth to that in just common courtesy and the way you treat people. Now, I'm the first, I can get triggered by people that are just like rude, or somebody that questions my integrity gets me triggered a little bit. And I try to control that a little bit because I ultimately love people. I like to meet new people, but I don't like bad people. And sometimes I tend to tell them how I feel. And that's not even good. But that's making me a different person too. And I know this sounds crazy, but they always say, my personality is great. And this is who I am. You see me every day. My attitude depends on how you are towards me. And some people think I need to have better control. Well, yeah, but we all need to have better control. We all could do a better job being nice. I really don't think there's as much hate as the news and the government pushes on everybody. You need to stop listening to them. Stop listening to the politics. Start listening more your heart and your experience. We'll talk more here about it in a minute. We're going to take a little quick break on the Transformation Radio Network, because it's easy show. Welcome back, because it's easy show. So I want to talk about a little few things. I don't know how many people know. I really don't think it's an emergency for people that are not aware, but we are switching to a digital currency. I think most people know that. I don't know exactly when they're going to implement it for sure. I think people are already starting to get their stuff ready. I'm clueless when it comes to that stuff. It's like stocks. I don't know anything about stocks, and I should. At my age, I should know that stuff. I just don't. I would probably cause more harm to myself if I tried to do it myself. And force me, I don't trust very many people. So it's like, I just so avoided it altogether. Now this stuff I'm being shoved down my throat, I'm going to have to learn it. And I don't know how many people have already understood it, but I think we already do a lot of digital currency now. So I'm not too worried about it, but some people are worried about it. But I think there's a benefit to it. There's going to be, I guess, kind of a mild, what I find to understand is some type of a mild kind of a reset, and it's going to make it kind of a more level playing field. It's going to benefit, I think it'll benefit the less fortunate people. Maybe I might fall in that category myself. Anyway, I would love to do a show with some people that maybe anybody that knows more about it, just because there's so many people online that I think are frauds. They're trying to scam people, so be careful with that. That's why I wanted to mention that. Don't jump all in the next person that tells you what you should do with it. I really believe that our government will have people to help us transfer over. They're not going to just make people leave them hanging. You know what I mean? Of course, it's talked about online a lot. People are on YouTube or TikTok or Rumble or any of those things, I think, know a lot, but I just kind of didn't pay attention to it. I'm too busy fighting for love, man, in our country. I know that's an uphill battle. I know it is. It's a tough one. I don't want to sound like I'm being too cheesy, but I really do. Easy. It ain't easy being cheesy. No, I just like people to get along. The old saying, fight or flight. It's like a term used in people with anxiety. I'm one of those, I think. Never been diagnosed that way, but I tend to I used to always just walk away and just, if I'm quiet, then I need, that's where I'm, give me a minute. I'm basically like, these days I'm more fight, because I fight for the other persons. I want people to stop being mean to everybody. What's happening is one person saying something about another person, and then that person gets mad, and it just spirals. And then you got everybody else getting mad. And I think politics is where it's the worst, because I see it. I'm on TikTok, and I don't even bother with these people, some of them, because they have these lives, right? And it's like, what progress are you making because you're fighting? I mean, nobody will listen to anybody. That's the problem in this country. People won't listen. And I've always been a bad at interrupting, but it's not for that reason. I interrupt because I'm afraid I'm going to forget what I'm going to say. Because I got a short memory. That's because of my head injury thing. But I can't express this enough, man. People can get better at being nicer. We all have it in us. If you don't, I feel sorry for you, because hate takes up so much more energy. It makes you tired. It's so much easier being happy. Trust me, I know, because I've always had a temper my whole life. But as I've gotten older, I've learned to control it. But even now, my life's not that good right now. I mean, I'm not lying. But I don't let myself get down about it. Yeah, I got to think about it on occasion. I got to worry about it on occasion. But if I get down or I get negative, makes it worse. So I always say positivity is a big thing. And that's where I got empowered to. Being negative had a lot to do with me being weak. It's easy to be, they used to call me crybaby. I won't even lie. My friend, she's like, come on, crybaby. Because I would be so negative, or so I'd be complaining, and that did nobody any good. And just like now, you got people that are married, getting divorced. You got people that don't even date. I read an article about it. I think I mentioned it in one of my last shows, that younger generations aren't even dating. They're not even, people aren't getting married because they're just hooking up. And I'm surprised by that, because that used to be the dream, man. Everybody's dream was to get married, have kids, and have that good family. Not everybody, but a lot of people. I don't think that's everybody's dream anymore. I think, at least for my sake, I'm glad I'm not that age anymore, but I don't think a lot of people want to bring kids in the world. There's too much hate. There's too much, and I'm not going to point at anybody, because I think everybody's got their own problems with that. There's no particular race. I won't buy that. Everybody's got a reason to be hateful. And that word I just said, a choice. Everybody plays a victim. I'm playing a victim. I've said it today. I think every single person in this country is oppressed, unless you're multimillionaire. I really do. And I think it's done on purpose. I really do. I think it makes us weaker, and dividing us makes us weaker. And who do you think that is? That doesn't just come out of nowhere. That's helped by certain people. And that's too bad. That's why I say quit with listening to politics. That's what you need to be listening to. Because I tell you what, and then follow the Constitution. Those are the two things you need to do. Because our forefathers really did make us up a really good thing. I don't see a problem with the Constitution, but we don't follow it legally. There's a lot of things that happen in this country that we're unaware of. That's where this awakening thing comes from. It's not a particular political party. They're all bad. That's why we needed, as citizens, we the people, we need to quit fighting amongst each other and stand our ground against our own government. I don't expect people to fight and do anything stupid like that, but fighting amongst each other is not going to help. Never. It's not going to help ever. We're always going to be oppressed if we fight amongst each other, because we can't control what happens to you guys. Nobody can control what happens to anybody except how we treat people. Being mad at somebody or treating somebody like shit isn't going to make your situation better. But if we all come together, y'all come back now here. No, if we all come back together, that's what they're scared of. We're the best country in the world, guys. Why everybody wants to come here. Why everybody wants to be here. Land of the free, home of the brave. But yet, it's not that way anymore. We've lost a lot of our rights, but we fight amongst each other. Makes it easy. So I don't know. I don't want to sit there and keep preaching about politics, but I don't want people to forget that there is an issue going on, and it's not political. Please, you guys got to stop that. Separate it. Separate the politics and your beliefs, because we all have. I'm mostly a middle of the road person. I don't believe in either one of them fully, but we tend to get pushed to one side or the other, right? When all of us want the same thing, pretty much. A couple little things here, but you know what I mean? I think if we were more kind to each other, I think we could understand each other more. Like if we understood, if we listened. I always say this to people. We have freedom of speech, right? First Amendment, freedom of speech. That also gives us the freedom to not listen to somebody we don't want to listen to, not fight with them, but freedom to listen. You have a choice. You want to listen to somebody or you don't. But not listening, you're never going to grow. You're never going to get better if you don't listen. Nobody always knows it all. You know, one of my favorite things to do, or it used to be, if I went to the bar with my friends, I'd sit by that town drunk, or the bar drunk when it's always there. And you want to talk about learning some stuff. That's what they call wisdom. I feel like I'm getting close to that guy. I'm going to be that guy, but I don't go to the bar. So, but we got social media and podcasts now. But I'm telling you what, wisdom, take it from me. I don't care if you listen to me. But don't think of Gen X or boomers don't have some really good wisdom to share with you. You might listen sometimes because we grow and we become better people. We love people. We don't want to. Your whole mind's going to change if you're young right now. When you become 50 or over, you're going to have a whole different outlook on things. And don't think that we're bad for having that outlook. You just don't know it yet. But we're right. We mean well. Let's put it that way. So I'll send you off this. I'm going to be cheesy again. Be nice. Be nice to at least one person every day. You don't have to do anything crazy out of your way, but be nice to one person every day. Say hi or just help them with a bag or something. You'll feel better about it. Well, I'll send you guys off this way. Thanks for joining me. We'll be seeing you probably next week on the Transformation Radio Network. This is Coach EaZy, because it's EaZy show. Take care. You have been listening to the Cuz It's EaZy show with me, Coach EaZy. Empowered empath, empowering mindsets, and building confidence through adversities. Tune in every Tuesday at 3:30 Pacific, 5:30 Central Time on TransformationTalkRadio.com, where I, Coach EaZy, will show you the easy way to make your life simple, abundant, and amazing. No matter what you have experienced in your life, you can feel positive, confident, learn to laugh, and have fun again. For more information on the Cuz It's EaZy approach, visit CuzIt'sEaZy.com. Cuz, C-U-Z, It's EaZy, E-A-Z-Y.com.